Hey YouTube, I'm Computer Kid 1416 here, and today I'm going to be doing an updated room tour video for late 2019. Now, not much has changed since you saw it last in terms of the actual stuff in my collection. However, as you can tell, I am in a new location since the last room tour I made. If you saw the unboxing of my current camera, you have seen a little bit of this, but I haven't done an in-depth room tour video here yet. So anyway, it's starting out here in the game room. As you guys know, I have it split up between my game room and my actual bedroom, so we'll start out here in the game room with my multicade of 60-in-1, which I built all the way back in 2012. You guys have seen this several times, and not much has changed with it since then, except one major change is I had to replace the game board in it. The PCB in it went bad on me about 6 months ago, and I've replaced that. I thought seriously about using that opportunity to convert this to MAME so I could play more games. However, I kind of just stuck with the 60-in-1 mainly because, you know, it's a vertical monitor, which wouldn't give me that many more options in terms of games. I mean, it would give me a little more, but, you know, unless I had the option of playing horizontally as well, I wouldn't have too many more games I could play. So I figure, you know, maybe sometime down the line I'll build a dedicated main cabinet, but for now, you know, 60-in-1 does the job just fine. You know, I got some movie posters here, which again you guys have seen before, but not in this location. Here's my Japanese slot machine that you guys have seen before. Again, not much change with this except for I had to replace the lock. The lock that it had before was more of a barrel style lock, and it actually got stripped out, so I replaced that with a more traditional key. And yeah, it works. It's always a good thing to have in my collection. Here's the TV here, and under it I've got Blu-ray player, cable box, and Wii U. The reason I keep the Wii U out here and not with my other games is because, you know, sometimes we like to play Wii games as a family, so this is kind of the family Wii, if you will. Focus there. I don't know why it's not auto-focusing. There we go. I had to manually focus there, sorry about that. And then I have rechargeable batteries on my Wii remote, so there you go. DVDs, which I'm not going to go through every single one, of course, but I will give you guys just kind of a little pan through. Some of these we've had for years and years. Some of these are a little newer. You can see I've got Blu-rays as well. I like physical media, mainly because of the special features that you don't really get if you stream the movies, unlike Netflix or something, so yeah. I still like holding on to physical releases. I am trying to slowly replace these with Blu-ray, at least the ones I care about. You know, some of these are old and I don't really care to replace, but the newer movies that I do watch, I like to. You can see I've replaced a lot of my Christmas movies with Blu-ray, for example. And this is really cool. I got this for Christmas last year. This is a point-of-sale icy lamp, and this is an actual thing. This is something you would have seen in stores. The date's from, I believe, the 80s or 90s. I remember seeing these back in the early 2000s a lot, so I'm guessing maybe like mid to late 90s, but anyway, yeah, it's really neat. Like I said, it's really bright, especially since it's been replaced with an LED, and yeah, it's a really cool display piece. Next to it I've got a candlestick phone, which I think I've shown off before. It does work except for the ringer, and it's also not hooked up at the moment because there's no phone line in this room, so I just use that for display purposes mainly. Not much else to see in the game room. Let's go into my bedroom here. And starting off with this mess, this is, you guys have seen this before, this is the drawers that I keep my game controllers in, game controllers and peripherals, and you can see it fell apart to say the least, so I'm currently needing to replace that with something a little more stable, hopefully. Probably get IKEA or something and get a new one of those, but anyway. And this is my game setup that you guys have seen countless times, but for those of you who haven't, I will show it off again. This is my main TV here. It's a 40-inch Toshiba TV that I got used from a guy on Craigslist who was actually moving all the way to China and so couldn't move it with him. And he had gotten it literally like 4 months prior, so I got it for probably half off what it would have been new. Anyway, I've got a cable box there. There's my Nintendo Switch, and under it is my Roku Ultra that I used to stream stuff on my TV. I actually got that for free. I beta tested it through a service called Beta Bound, which is really, really good service. I'd recommend it if you enjoy tech like I do. Basically, you sign up for it. You get invitations every now and then for beta tests, and if you're accepted into them, you can test their product out. And sometimes they'll let you keep them, sometimes they won't. But in this case, they let me keep it, so that was really, really nice. Anyway, we've got my DVD recorder, which I use as an upscaler for all my systems and stuff. I know, I use a LCD TV to play old games. Sue me if you want. But, you know, it works just fine for me, so. Anyway, I've got 2 switch boxes, one for S-Video, one for AV. And like I said, I use that to kind of tie everything together. I really don't use the DVD recorder function much anymore. I mainly use that to convert VHS tapes, because this does automatic dubbing, which is really nice. There's my Atari 2600. And you can see I'm also in the process of converting some old mini DV tapes, so that's what those are for. I got my original PlayStation and Dreamcast. By the way, you guys might remember I had lights under there here. I still do, as you can see there, but most, if not all of them, are dead right now. Need batteries, so anyway, I just don't have them on at the moment. Alright, next we got my NES and Super NES. Genesis, Wii, with a GameCube game on top of it. I use this as a GameCube because I can use the component out feature, so that's really nice. N64, original GameCube, which I really only use for the Game Boy Player anymore, for the reason I just mentioned a second ago. Alright, here's my, first of all, I got a Homer Simpson clock there. It does move back and forth. It does like that. But I have it turned off because the noise kind of bugs me at night. It's really loud. It has 2 separate batteries, which is nice. One for the motion and then one for the actual clock, so you can disable that if you want. I got some posters here. I got Super Mario 3D World, Mario 25th anniversary, 30th anniversary, I'm sorry, Mario Odyssey, Mario Sunshine, the Mario license plate that I got when I went to a pre-release event for Mario Kart Wii back in the day at the Dallas Race Zone, actually, right? Dallas Speed Zone, I'm sorry, Dallas Speed Zone. Anyway, they had a little event where they came and they had like a trailer that had a bunch of Wiis in it. You could play the game early. You got that, as well as I also got it's attached to it in the back. It got like a car air freshener, and then also a personalized license plate for Mario Kart. I mean, sorry, this is a license plate. Driver's license for Mario Kart Wii. So yeah, that was really cool. I might show that off sometime. Breath of the Wild. Alright, moving on to my computer setup. As you can see, I now have a vintage computer on my desk. That's because I actually have all my vintage computers over here now. Long story short, in order to save space, I have had to consolidate my vintage computer setup and my main computer setup. So as you can see, I got my 40-inch monitor there for my main computer, as well as the Dell Optiplex 320, which I still need to make a video of, by the way. And then I've got a CRT monitor for my Packard Bell 406 CD, and the Dell Dimension XPS T600, which I still need to get the 98 custom build fixed so I can put that in storage and use a little more powerful 98 machine. But anyway, that works well though for now. Anyway, as you can see on the floor there, I've shown this off before, the AT&T 6386 WGS. I've actually decided to sell that, and I think I mentioned that before, but basically just because I don't need another Windows 3.1 machine. I have the Tandy 4000 over there, which still needs to be fixed as well. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to sell this, make a little profit on it, and then, yeah, like I said, I'll get the Tandy fixed eventually, and that'll be my main Windows 3.1 machine. But anyway, yeah, so and as I mentioned, there's my main computer there, which I built back in 2016. Over here on the desk, I got a few little things here. I got my phone, my classic phone there that you guys have seen before. Little desk calendar. A couple other little things. So my speaker set up here, which you guys have seen in a dedicated video. And speaking of that, here's the stereo system, which again you've seen before. That controls audio to my main computer, the tape deck there, and the CD player down there. Alright, moving on. I got two shelves here. On top of here we have some more speakers, as well as one of my newest additions, the Virtual Boy's box. I already have the Virtual Boy, as you guys may know, but I never had the box before, and I am a big collector of Virtual Boys, so I was really pleased to find this. I bought it from a guy on Facebook that I'm in a group with, and he sold it to me for a reasonable price. So I never expected to be able to buy just the box, but sure enough he had one, so I'm really appreciative of that. As you can see, I've got some other memorabilia as well. Mario Yahtzee, Mario Monopoly. I'm a big collector of Monopoly games. And of course this is Nintendo, so I had to display that. As I mentioned earlier, my Virtual Boy collection, I got the Virtual Boy itself, the games, which I have 13 out of the 14 ever made for it. I need to make a dedicated Virtual Boy video at some point, but anyway, yeah, I got the Nintendo Power Magazine for it, and then all my other Game Boys. And here I got a little Mario montage there. Just a little bit of overflow. These two shelves could potentially be new stuff at some point if I outgrow the other shelves, but right now I'm able to make these kind of just a little bit of a display piece. I got my Atari 2600 games and a couple of boxes that I have for it. NES, SNES, with some boxes for NES. There's my cat, if you can hear him there. There's my first of two box software shelves. That Microsoft Word there is actually my newest acquisition. There's N64, PS1 and Dreamcast games. And sorry, the lighting kind of went bad in this area of the room, but anyway. Yeah, you notice you don't see GameCube or Wii. That's because I actually ran out of room to display those. I have the games themselves in game cases, but the game boxes I ran out of room. Sorry, it's a clock going in the background. Yeah, I ran out of room to display the boxes, so for now they're in storage, but eventually I may put those back out if I have more room. There's some box computer games. Again, I have more in a case somewhere, but this is just the ones I have boxes for. There's my cassette tape collection, which I mentioned in the stereo video I've gotten into recently. It's a good analog format, you know, just something a little different than the usual vinyl. And some more box software. And that's about it for the room tour, guys. I have more stuff in my closet, but I'm not going to show it off right now because it is, to be honest, it's kind of a disorganized mess at the moment. But basically what I have in there is I have my Dell Dimension E521 and the remains of my 98 custom built in there in storage. And then I also have a box full of old laptops, some of which I haven't shown off yet. So I'll make dedicated videos on those at some point. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this room tour video. I probably won't update these every year anymore necessarily, just because, you know, I don't plan to get that much more stuff over the next year. The only time I may do an update is if my setup majorly changes at some point. Like I know in probably 2 to 3 years I'll be moving out on my own. So when that happens eventually I will obviously do an updated room tour video. But like I said, you know, in the meantime I probably won't do yearly videos anymore just because it'll be more or less the same. But we'll see. And you know, definitely the videos on some of the stuff I've shown off in detail over the next couple weeks. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please follow me on social media at ComputerKid1416, and please subscribe if you haven't already. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.